name's Kelly Harmon, and welcome to my TED Talk. Today, we are going to be talking about how to help children deal with the grieving process through literature in a TED Talk titled When Is Dad Coming Home? It is always hard to lose a loved one. Adults have many methods they have learned over the years to help ease the pain of death. What about children? How do they adapt? How do you handle their first loss as a parent? What if the loss is apparent? Today we are going to discuss how literature can help children understand and process grief and answer some of the common questions that children ask. The Memory Box is a book that talks about a little boy who finds out that his grandfather has Alzheimer's disease. Since his grandfather knows that in time he will lose his memories, he creates a memory box with his grandson when he comes to visit during the summer. So in this box are some of his grandfather's favorite things and memories of activities that he did with his grandson. It's everything that he would want to remember in a box. So one day when he's gone, the grandson can look back and remember all the fun times they had and little pieces of who his grandfather was. I think a memory box is a great idea. I really do. I think that it is very helpful for a child to be able to look back and remember that person and ease that fear of what if I forget him? What if I forget them? I just can't imagine how to process this as a child. The second book that helps children with grief is called What Happens When a Loved One Dies. This is by Jillian Roberts and actually answers many of the common questions children ask. The first one is, what does death mean? Well, the answer that the book gives is that death means a living thing is no longer alive. It's pretty straightforward and easy for a child to understand. The concept can be scary, so you have to make sure that your explanations are age appropriate. They also discuss topics such as dying of old age, illness, or even accidentally. There's a really nice section on funerals and the afterlife which answers the questions, where do they go? Some people believe in an afterlife and others believe in reincarnation. Again, make sure that everything's age appropriate so you don't confuse the child by talking about things that might be a little hard for them to understand. Try to get on the child's level. 2 questions that are pretty common are, will I ever see them again? And why do I feel sad? The book states that the body dies, but the memories stay alive. Feeling sad about loss is completely normal, part of the grieving process. Sometimes it's just too sad to say goodbye. The last book that we talk about will address ideas and creative ways to honor your loved ones. Being Sad When Someone Dies, a book about grief, is really good for trying to find tips for helping to ease the sadness and accept the death. Some of these include talking about the person, tell stories, share memories, don't let your mind forget them. Another idea is to try out some of the hobbies that your loved one enjoyed to see if maybe you have similar interests. You could also plant a tree in memory of them or do a balloon release. If you prefer to express your feelings by yourself, going to the cemetery to talk one-on-one can be very therapeutic. If you're not a cemetery person, you could write a journal or notes. Every single person grieves in a different way, and none of them are the wrong way. The key is to find what works for you so you can heal and move on. That used to be my biggest pet peeve when my sister died. Well, you should be over it by now. If I still want to be grieving 10 years later and still do honorable releases every year, balloon releases, that is my prerogative and how I deal with grief. There's nothing wrong with how you choose to do it for your loved one. This is a picture of my 10-year-old son and my husband. My husband Justin has end-stage liver disease. I wanted to use this topic for my talk because, I'm so sorry, because these are my son's questions. These are the questions he has asked me, and this is the literature that I have found to try to explain this to him. Oh, I didn't think I was going to do this, but surprise. So I do apologize. In roughly 3 or so months, this will be our life. I plan to use all of these tips I have learned to help us both grieve and find a way to become whole again. There is a book for every aspect of life and at every age level. You just have to find them. It's so important for a child to know that they can talk to somebody, anybody. It doesn't have to be a parent. And I'm actually going to go back to the front page because I think not seeing those pictures make it a little easier. Okay, even presenters get off track sometimes, so I really don't want to start re-recording this, so here we go. I know that we are strong enough to get through this, and I know that if anything along the way comes along that we need help with, we can find it in a book. Anything, not just death. Any question in life you have, there's a book out there for that. Memory boxes are just one good idea to help children grieve. But what I was saying before I got off track was you have to make sure they can talk to someone. I've been in contact with my son's counselor at school. Both their teachers are informed. I gave him a cell phone, even though he's only almost 11, that has my dad's number on it, his sister's number on it. Just people that he can talk to, because I feel like he doesn't talk to me because he knows I'm already sad. And I think that if he brings it up, he'll think that it'll make me more sad, which is not true. I just want him to have somebody to talk to. So always find an outlet, never give up, and always, always know, no matter what you're going through in life, somebody else is going through it too. So find support groups, find books, and learn how to heal. Thank you very much.